Hello, everybody. My name is Low Game Dude here, and welcome to Where They Wait. This is a random horror game I wanted to play, and it's like I think it's like a visual novel, but it seems pretty cool as well. Like I've seen a little bit of gameplay, and it's just the visuals are actually pretty nice. But yeah, let's just begin. Beltane Eve. Rule 31. Never enter the forest on Beltane Eve, for the veil between us and them is thin. Okay. Brittle shadowed branches rake against your skin, tearing fresh gashes into your cheeks and arms. You hiss as cruel rain pours down, stinging your open wounds. Yeah, that hurts. The cold night air does nothing for your burning lungs. Each inhale sets them aflame once more as you sprint through the dense thicket. Never enter the forest on Beltane Eve, they said, for those who enter are never seen again. You stumble, and the jagged underbrush tears into your calves. A wince is all you manage as you continue onwards, unsure there whether it's blood or rain dropping down your legs. I'll tell you this, those thorns, those like vines with the thorns on them, are like they're like weeds, but like you have to like keep them down. Those hurt so much. Yeah, when I push my when I not push my but when I use the rod and lawnmower, it hurts so bad. Um, the crescent moon hangs high on Beltane Eve, reaches its crux, and the forest's shadows come alive, reaching, clawing towards you. Roll 19. They lurk in the shadows for the forest. Pay no heed to them, and they will return the kindness. Okay. You remember tales from when you were a child about beings that skirt the line between our realm and theirs. Ghostly creatures that seep into our reality, drifting at the corners of your vision and waiting for the moment you're foolish enough to meet their gaze. Snakes that wear human skin, with sharpened eyes that see fear and forked tongues that speak in temptation. Scavengers that feast without remorse, seeking seeking any call desperate enough to beg for a demon's help. Pray you never catch their attention, they say. For once a predator finds their prey, they never let it escape. As you stare into the abyss of the forest, all too aware of the dangers that skulk within, you call to them. Your voice rings out only for thunder to smother it. The wind howls in your ear, shadows dance beneath the moon's light. The forest leans to you, laughs at your duress. Blood rushes down your temples as fear begins to set in. Vengeance stamps it out. Jaw taut, you move forward. Ignore the growing weight of your drenched clothes, the bite of the chill night air, and the watching gaze of a they who lurk in the shadows. Allow resolve to course through you. You will get your revenge. As you push on, knowingly encroaching upon the forest's territory, you listen for another sign for them. But as it is the case in your own realm, your call for help only falls upon the ears of the wicked and indifferent. Desperation makes the journey treacherous, endless, but eventually you happen across two paths. one that is silent and steady, speaking only of the same dark canopies that you have already been subjected to, and another that whispers to you, promising to fulfill every twisted desire and writhes in the corners of your mind. Rule number 6. Some paths house palpable evils. When you come upon one, avoid it at all costs. You will avoid whatever awaits at the end of it. Your eyes flicker between the two paths, but you already know which to take. See, it's not letting you do anything. The whispering path. There is no layer of hell you aren't willing to fall to. No layer that would be worse than the one in which you currently live. The rain-soaked mud swelches beneath your feet as you step onto the path where definite ruin awaits. Deeper in the forest, the veil between realms thins. You can sense them swarming around you, the passive onlookers from before mutating into eager sirens. Their arcane susurrations grow louder, and the air thickens with tangible excitement. The forest's dense canopy smothers the silver moonlight. Hidden from the moon's clear beams, your heart races in your chest as gnarled shadows lash around you. They beckon, and the world falls away. No longer do you hear the sound of raindrops drumming against the forest canopy, or wind howling in your ears, or even your own heartbeat thudding in your chest. All you hear is them. They speak with the voices of honey and song. Their whispers, caresses weave amidst the wind. Do not be tempted. Do not heed their calling. They call. Their voices are sweet. Their promises sweeter. You're close now. Vengeance is within reach, and your mouth waters down the thought. Heed their call. Oh man, I can't do anything else. You answer, and your voice joins the swirling tempest of whispers surrounding you. Wind whips past your face. A shade just barely perceptible emerges from the ether and clutches your heart in an icy grip. Soul laid bare, you summon every emotion that brought you here, the only emotions that keep you tethered to the plane of the living. Retribution, anguish, fury. You will do whatever it takes to appease the pain that haunts every hollow of your body. Anything to. But as quickly as it had come, the specter releases you. Gone is its icy grip around your heart. Gone is the swirling tempest of whispers that once surrounded you. And gone is the sweet taste of promised vengeance. All that is left is the one emotion that they do not accept, and the one true emotion that the specter had sensed. Desperation. Your breaths are sharp and short, and you fall to your knees, shivering and wet. Storm roars above, and moonlight finally peeks through the canopy once more, your only companion on the cruel and lonely night. You beg and plead for them to return, for if you are denied even this, what is left for you in this forsaken world? But the night is silent, and you feel the wispy tendrils of their promise slip through your fingers. Is there truly no one hungry enough to listen? They exist all around us, in the sea, in the trees, in the very ground we walk on. Take caution and pray you never wake them. If they will not heed your calls, you will first force them to, for you entered this forest with one desire. Which one? A new life? Untold power. You know what? I like a new life. I mean, I love my life, but why not have another one? You know, I mean, who can only handle one life? Let's go to another life. And they will give it to you. As you beg for your wish to come true, you fall to your knees, the weight of everything finally becoming too much to bear. Why are you here? Why did you come here thinking that there was even a chance for your life to magically turn around like some beautiful fairy tale? You should have known better. Life has taken everything from you, beaten you down, and left you out in the chilling rain with no hope of salvation. Why would things turn around now? Maybe a part of you knew that. Maybe deep down you had another wish to at least escape from this cruel reality. Being away from the world that has tossed you aside, surrounded by nothing but the swaying trees, it sounds so peaceful. But as you close your eyes and take it all in, you realize that although the idea of freedom sounded nice in theory, in reality, it's more frightening. Death, it's an escape, but it's eternal, and you don't know what lies beyond. Damnation. Salvation? And that's when you picture it. A world with you next to the one you've lost that could have existed if life had shown you just an ounce of kindness. Which one? Best friend, fiance, or family member? You know what? I'd go for, because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had one, and I don't think I probably ever will find one, in my opinion. Yet, I don't know. But best friend, I don't really have that many friends. I mean, only the ones I have is online, usually. And can you call that a best friend? I think you could, but I don't know. So, but what I adore more than anything is family. That's my mantra is family. So, I'll put family member. A world with your family member. What would you do if you saw them again in the world free of monsters? You'd run to them and embrace them, and even though you'd know you wouldn't be able to lose them again, you'd hold on to them for dear life. You'd tell them how much you love them and repeat it a million times over because it felt like you never told them enough while you were still with you. Does a world like that exist, or is there nothing left? You wouldn't know the answer until it was too late. You hug yourself tightly. I want to live. You picture the faces of the ghoulish people who took your family member from you, and for what? A mere bit of coin? They didn't care that a person's blood was so callously spilled onto the cold floor of some alleyway, their body left to rot like yesterday's trash. But they weren't trash. They were treasure. Your treasure that was selfishly stolen from you. If only you'd been born in another body. If you'd been someone of great importance, you could have swayed others to do your bidding without so much as a rebuttal. You would have been able to take refuge behind gilded walls and guards stationed all over for your protection. With a life like that, you wouldn't have known the pain of loss. But you were nobody. Your teeth chatter as you whisper your plea. the brittle air tightening its grasp on you. You try to shake free of it, craving warmth, but to no avail. You can barely feel your tears cascade down your face. Please, someone, anyone, heed my call. I want to live. I'll do anything. With the last of your strength, you yell out to the silent forest, hoping that your words will break through and reach your savior. You're nothing but a tantalizing morsel of food, waiting to be captured in the jaws of a great predator. You feel exposed, weak, and more fragile than a leaf in the wind. All the traits of a delightful prey to toy with before devouring it a whole. But still, you continue to cry out to the darkness of the forest in hopes that those who may shut their jaws around you will instead take pity on your despairing pleas. That's when you feel something brush your cheek. Something slick but warm. It's the first scrap of warmth you've felt in a long while. You wish to feel it again. As if hearing your thoughts, the sensation returns and lingers. Their touch is warm. You can't help but lean into it, finding the new presence comforting. As you do, you feel just how dry and scaly their skin is, as if they've been on this plane of existence for far longer than you. Oh, what do we have here? The voice rattles inside your head. Their words sound sweet compared to what you're used to, but their tone, it's sickly, as if they take pleasure of your suffering. They speak with voices of honey and song. Their whispered caresses weave into the wind. Do not be tempted. Do not heed their call. We did that. Your eyes shoot open, and you find yourself in a thick shroud of fog. As you search for the source of the voice, a chuckle rings out nearly. The grass rustles behind you, and from it, a slender figure emerges. The unknown entity slithers towards you, breaking through the fog like sunshine on a stormy day. A mere foot away, an older gentleman watches you with gleaming ruby eyes. You lose yourself in their glow when was the last time you saw something so dazzling? The entity bends down and tucks a single strand of hair behind your ear with their scaly hands. They smirk as they trace your jawline with one calloused finger. I thought rabbits knew better than to hop through the woods on Beltane Eve. But here you are, crying for help in a forest surrounded by grotesque monsters dying to eat someone as small as you for dinner. It's a good thing I'm not so ill-mannered. They squint their eyes at you in delight, as if they've just come across a present wrapped up in a tight little bow. There's no doubt about it. They're a fae, as enchanting as legends say, and likely just as dangerous. Yet you can't look away. The way their eyes drink in your appearance makes you feel odd. Your mind screams at you and push them away, but your heart, oh, it's dancing to the sound of their baritone voice, and that dangerous, warm feeling you're experiencing overrides everything, including common sense. You seek something, yes? Tell me, little rabbits, what is it that you desire? Perhaps I can be of assistance. Temptations coats their words, and you can can't help but inch closer. They don't seem to mind. The way they say little rabbit tickles you in the best way possible. With their face this close, you can see their features even more clearly. Under their smoldering gaze, crow's feet decorate the corners of their eyes. Barely perceptible wrinkles stretch across their forehead. But what sticks out most are the large patches of scales on the body, one on the left side of their face, and another on their neck that cascades down their chest before disappearing beneath their silk clothing. The harsh reminder of their true form snaps you back to reality, and you start to fight whatever spell they've put you under. Who are you? Seeing you start to come to, their face relaxes and a slight frown tugs at their lips.
Oh, yes. I suppose introductions are in order.
Taking your hand in theirs, they kiss it with a wicked smirk, and you shiver.
I've been called many names, but you may know me as Fresco. And you? Are you going to give me your name, or will I have to force it out of you?
I won't say my name, no. No, just force it out of me. I ain't saying my name at all. Never give your name to a fae, for there is power in a name. It's true. One of the many rules you've long repeated before you started your journey rings in. You've repeated before you started your journey rings in your head like an alarm bell. You shake your head and yank your hand out of theirs, taking a step back. Finally, you're grounded again. Your ears register the uneasy ambience. Forest once more. You can see the fog and trees no longer obscured by the fae. And now you're fully aware of the looming danger standing before you. Sorry. You need to get a hold of yourself. You can't be lulled into a false sense of security. Standing before a fae on Beltane Eve, the second you aren't careful is the second your life is forfeit. But obeying them is just as deadly of a choice. You have to give them what they want without endangering yourself. You can call me my random name. Alright, we're gonna be called Georgie. Y'all know the name. Georgie. They smirk.
Well, aren't you a smart little rabbit, Georgie? Typically, description rots the brain, yet here you are, still with your wits about you. Mayhaps you aren't as foolish as I thought you were.
I may be desperate, but I'm no fool.
That remains to be seen. Now, on to why you're here. After all, you're at my feet, sitting on your hands and knees, begging for help. And while I quite enjoy the sight of you down there, I do feel a little bad seeing you in such a compromising position, especially when you look so helpless. Now, what can Fresco do for you?
For as much studying as you've done, the books you've read didn't prepare you for this part. The deal. I want a new life. I'll do anything for that.
Anything you say. My, such a big promise for someone so feeble. Are you prepared to pay the price then, my little rabbit?
With trepid hands, you reach for the coins jingling in your pouch, but the Fae lurches backwards, annoyance displayed on their face.
Bah, you humans and your undying belief in money. Do you truly think money holds any weight to someone like me? It may wish lowly rats, with lowly rats, but I value something far greater in exchange for my services.
They were right. As much as you've read about this, the books never went into detail about what else a Fae could want, which left you one option. Then stop beating around the bush and name your price.
Oh, feisty as well. I think I may take a liking to you by the end of this, if you play your cards right.
They lick their lips with their forked tongue as they bask in your tempting desperation. Anything, you said. But truthfully, you aren't sure what you have to offer. The clothes on your back are tattered and soaked. It was doubtful even an orphan would take them if you offered. Money? Valueless? Yourself? Perhaps, but like any broken old toy, they have to fix you first. Would they even want to? Fresco slowly trails their fingers up your arm.
You're hungry for a new life, correct? Then I demand something equal in exchange.
Such as?
Well, it's been a while since I've encountered a human. I've built up quite the appetite. Perhaps you can be the one to quench my hunger.
They lick their lips on once more, but this time they're looking at you in the same way as a predator looks at their prey.
Oh, why are you staring at me like I'm some foul beast? Are you that terrified of giving me a piece of you? All I want is a finger or two.
My fingers? Fresco bursts into a demonic fit of laughter.
Haha, you humans really are incredibly gullible. Alas, human fingers, no matter the amount, aren't enough for a deal of this kind.
They spread out their arms in a grandiose fashion.
Like I said, I demand something of equal value. An eye for an eye. Someone else's life, that is your payment. Give me that and I'll help you shed your skin and transform into someone new. How fortunate that I can make you such a generous offer.
Your blood runs cold as the face standing before you, who is usually told you murder is the key to your salvation, smiles. Can you do that? Can you kill someone, Georgie? You try your best to imagine what it would be like killing someone in cold blood. Their deafening screams as you push a knife further into their body, piercing one of their vital organs. They'd fall to the ground and you'd get to see life fade from their eyes as they exhale their last breath, the nail in the coffin for you both. You look down at your shaky hands, and for a brief second, you see it. You're covered in someone else's blood. The blood. Oh God, the blood. It's everywhere. On the ground, on your surroundings, on your hands, in your face. The scarlet color and the putrid iron smell stain more than your clothes. It seeps into the darkest corners of your mind. You nearly vomit. Is this a price you're willing to pay? you have what it takes to be a cold-hearted murderer? And if you did, how would that differentiate you from the bastards that killed your family member? Seeing you distressed, Fresco playfully throws their arm into the air with a chilling grin.
Or don't. I'll have fun either way.
I... Just as your determination's about to falter, your family member's face flashes in your mind, their radiant smile that could warm your heart. Their laugh, a sweet melody in your ears, and their voice so full of energy and optimism, despite your standing. You were nothing, but your family member made you feel like something. And then their pallid, lifeless body laying out in an alleyway near the marketplace. They had told you they were going out for a quick errand. Little did you know that they were going to make your favorite meal that day, one you hadn't had in ages. Those ingredients were spilled out onto the ground, covered in dirt and their blood. A life this cruel isn't worth living. That's why you need a new one. That's why you're here. An eye for an eye. As Fresco said, it's a reasonable enough offer. Fae have been known to be more unfair. You gulp, as if to swallow the idea of killing someone, as if to convince yourself this bargain is in your favor. That's right. Perhaps it is in your favor. After all, Fresco didn't note who you had to kill. You could kill anyone, a heartless murderer or some other selfish, abusive scum. Right, this isn't a bargain. It's an opportunity. You can have a new life and rid the world of trash. It doesn't have to be anyone particular, right? I can kill whoever I want. Fresco pauses. Their eyes widen a bit at your sudden change in mood.
Correct. Anyone you wish can be the target of your brutality. It can be a random grandmother, an affluent noble who got too cocky and decided to roam these woods, or some drunk who doesn't have their wits about them. A life's a life. I don't discriminate. And once I do, I'll have my... sorry. I was more into his character than Georgie, sorry. And once I do, I'll have my life. The one that I truly desire. Oh, that you desire. And pray tell... What is it? And pray tell... What is this new life you crave?
A life of love, freedom, power. More love. I need love. Ever since you lost your family member, you've become a husk of your former self. You can barely eat. There are days where you'd rather stay in bed and look out the window and watch time slowly tick away from day to night. Your heart retches just thinking about all the time you've failed to spend with them as they got older. You were so busy with your own problems and the general day-to-day grind that you barely had the energy to see them. Deep down, you know they understood you didn't do it out of malice, but you can't help but feel guilty for the choices you didn't make. With a new life and perhaps a new love, you can move forward and experience a warmth in your chest that you've long thought impossible for yourself. Happiness. I wish for a new life with a new love, Fresco. They quirk a brow.
Truly.
You nod.
That's...
It's what? They don't reply, keeping their thoughts to themselves. As they think about your wish, you can't help but feel anxious. Is it truly this easy? One lost life for your dreamed one. But if you end up giving me the life of some starving, petty commoner, then consider our deal forfeit. Fresco glares daggers at you.
Careful how you use that tongue of yours, little rabbit. I might have thought you mistook me for some low-level fae.
So you're promising me a life full of grandeur.
Well, that all depends on how you define grandeur, doesn't it?
They lower their voice to a whisper.
The ether whispers of a way to turn a human into a fae. Wouldn't you like to be the first to prove that theory true?
What? A fae? That's... But then I can't leave the forest. What kind of life is that? Before you can protest any further, Fresco wraps their arms around your waist and pulls you towards them. You place your hand on their chest in an attempt to push them away, but to no avail. Their hold is too strong. They lead in close, their white and black strand of hair brushing across your neck, and their breath tickling your ear.
Don't put up too much of a fight now. You're the one who was begging. All I'm doing is giving you what you want. Look at me.
Their hand caresses your cheek and then your chin before forcing you to look them straight in the eyes. Your heart begins to race and your senses dull once more as you take in their visage. The arch of their furrowed white brow is perfectly sculpted. The way they're looking at you is that same sultry look you would dream of late at night in your bed to help yourself get off. You try to fight the growing heat in your body, but you can't avert your gaze. Inevitably, your eyes flicker to the delicate curve of their Cupid's bow. A quiet voice at the back of your mind whispers you to close the distance, but you fight against those urges. For now. Your self-control continues to slip away as Fresco wraps their other arm around you, bringing you even closer to them.
Earlier, you said you wanted a new life with a new love. But will that really solve your problems? After all, you can lose them, and then you'll be back to square one. Why not a wish for a life where you know you'll never have to lose again? Loss is a foreign concept to us. I mean, look at us. You're asking me for help. Yes, you'll get a new life, but what did I lose in this little exchange of ours? A little bit of power. That life you're giving will replenish what I lost tenfold. All I do is gain. They are unstoppable. They are ethereal and eternal, and most importantly, they do not abide by your laws. If you become a fae, their hand smoothly glides down from your cheek to your lip, and they teasingly pluck at your bottom lip with their thumb. Your legs start to wobble under their touch and their gaze. Your heart is racing a mile a minute. The sane person of you wishes to resist, but the side of you that has lost that will remains spellbound.
It likes this feeling. You weren't sure you could feel this way again.
You can do whatever you wish in your new body. Experience new things, lose the ability to fear, and learn to live as one should.
As they speak those words, smooth as silk, they trace your collarbone with their index finger, and then pluck at the hem of your wrinkly patchwork shirt.
Doesn't that sound grand?
Yes. Yes. Your voice quivers, just like your legs. It's unbelievable how easy it is for them to make you crumble. You begin to wonder if they've done this to others, to poor unfortunate souls whose fates you're liable to share, if you're just a special case, until they grin just widely enough to show off their two fangs. All sense of warmth leaves your body, and your blood immediately runs cold. If you ever happen upon a snake in the woods, run far, far away. Common sense finally takes a hold of you, all of you, and once again you try to push Fresco off of you, but their grip on you is firm. They open their mouth wide, and you can see how sharp their fangs really are. You're only given a brief moment to prepare before they dive their canines into your neck. Ugh! Pain shoots throughout your entire body, and your mind goes blank. Every part of you begs for mercy, but Fresco hasn't gotten their fill, so they relentlessly continue to infuse something into your bloodstream. Their crimson eyes meet yours, and they smile proudly. Finally, they release you. All that remains are the tiny specks of blood that drip down your neck. With their long tongue, they lick the blood from your neck. You hear them moan softly. Their bloodied lips brush against your ears. Goosebumps run down your body.
Tell me, little rabbits,
they whisper into your ear.
How did you know that the intricacies of my kind? Knowing to come here, all too aware of the dangers that lurk behind the trees. Realizing your fate, even under the depths of my spell. How many countless nights did you spend studying my rules?
Their rules? You try to open your mouth and speak, but all that comes out is a flat-sounding grumble. They put a finger to your lips.
Are you sure that's the wisest way to spend? Are you sure that's the wisest way to spend what's left of your energy?
You don't respond.
Good, Georgie. Now, if you survive your trial, I'll answer that question of yours. But only then. I don't reward failure.
They release your hold on you, and you collapse to the cold, hard ground. You're convulsing. Your body twists and contorts beyond what's humanly possible. It's hot, unbearably hot. The rain does little to cool you as beads of sweat pull down your face. Your heart races as the world around you spins. With the help of a tree, you rise to your feet. You look at Fresco, and all you do is point forward. All they do is point forward. So that's the direction you rush off to, your arms flailing around about as you try to keep your balance. Where are you going? You don't know. Why are you running? You don't know. Why did Fresco point you in this direction, and why did you listen? You keep running, but there's no end in sight. All you see are trees, darkness, that damn fog that's so thick it's nearly suffocating you. There has to be something here, right? That's why you're running in this direction, right? As your breath becomes short and labored, tall shadows loom towards you. They're laughing at you, mocking you. They're great. Your voices are like nails on a chalkboard. Do they know something you don't? What do they know? Or do they simply find pleasure in making a fool of you? You cover your ears with your hands. Shut up, shut up, shut up! But their voices scratch and claw at you. Your head aches, and their laughs echo through your skull. Those cold, maniacal laughs. They sound like those robbers from back in the village, the ones who took your family away. It's too much. You try to lean against the tree, but your body disobeys and lurches forward instead. You fall to your knees. What a familiar feeling. You by your lonesome, with nothing to anchor you, as the voices in your head grow quiet, your eyes get heavy. Is this it for you? Is this how you die? Whoa. Okay, guys, I'm back. Look at this. It said, where were you going? So I'm gonna have to restart again, I guess. Or do you think you can escape me? Come now. The fun's just about to begin. They did a fake out on me. I did not know that. Now let the show begin. Your eyes open and everything is still. The voices in your head are gone. You place your hand on your chest so you can remember what a regular heartbeat feels like again. It was gone for only a short while, but gods, did you miss it? What? What happened? Back there. You don't know. You look around for Fresco, but they're nowhere in sight. It's just you, the weeping willow trees, and the birds chirping far off in the distance. Birds? And once again, you don't know why, but the sounds of those birds makes your fingers twitch and your heart race faster. Shaking your head from the thought, you get up and walk towards those birds as fast as your almost limp body can take you, step by step. Step, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp. That's all in your ear, all your ears can focus on. Step, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp. Step, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp. You grab the crow from the tree branch. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The bird's blood seeps out of its broken neck. Your breath gets hot and heavy. It looks delicious. What is happening to me? Your Your stomach growls as you continue to stare down at the dead bird. You lick your lips involuntarily and slowly bring it to your mouth. By the gods, what are you? But before you finish your thought, something else takes over. You drink, slow at first, and then sip, 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 sip. You lick your lips clean of the blood, and now emaciated bird falls to the ground. Its tantalizing taste lingers on your tongue, and you realize you need more. With inhuman speed, your head snaps in the direction of the new noise, and you turn, tracking it down while the chirping becomes a quick, forgotten memory. You move with a quickened purpose. Your new senses alert you to a new presence far to the east, and you move. The sound of panting and shaky, clumsy footsteps grows louder. You're getting closer. The dense thicket clears to reveal a young man on the verge of tears. Auburn hair frames his grubby face, marked by dried mud and white scratches, and his clothes aren't clothes. Villager A. They didn't even put up a fight. I almost feel bad we offed them so quickly. Nah, we're just terrifyingly strong. Ha! You're right. Cheers to that. The gleeful expression that your family members, murderers wore would haunt you forever. This was... are you a fae or a human? He doesn't recognize you. The terrified man stares at you for a second, taking you in and then carefully approaching you. Can you help me? I don't know where I am. One of my sheep got loose, so I ran after it. He grabs your arm and tugs on your sleeve. You fight every urge to spit in his face. How dare he touch you with the very same hands that senselessly beat your family member? Please, help me. What a fine display. Perhaps in another life you'd believe it. These pleading eyes had once coldly watched your family member die. Now tears are streaming down his face as he begs for your aid, and you salivate at the sight. Your mind wanders to unknown territories. How would a murderer's blood taste on your tongue? Foul or absolutely divine? The same gleeful expression this murderer once wore stretches across your own face. You feel a familiar presence, and Fresco lays their hand on your shoulder. Their warm breath tickles your neck as they lean close and you shiver. They twirl a strand of your hair in their finger before seductively whispering, "What will you do, my little rabbits?" Restrain yourself or drink. I'm sorry. I'm in a different body, on a different world, so I will give in to my favorite form. This man took everything from you, and now you will get your revenge. You chuckle. What was it that Fresco said earlier? An eye for an eye? How true that phrase rings now. You grab the young man's shoulder and put him towards you. He tries to wriggle out of your grasp, but it's to no avail. He's been ensnared. What are you doing? Let me go! I'm doing what needs to be done. Now hold still, you monster. Forcefully pulling his neck To the side, you spot a plump vein ripe for the picking. You open your mouth and the man shrieks petrified, sorry. He wrestles in your grasp again, and you grin. He will submit to you. Your teeth plunge into his neck, and his blood-curdling scream echoes in the empty forest. You feast on what may be the finest meal you've ever had. When was the last time something tasted so sweet? There was one time someone had prepared a home-cooked meal. A family member. You try to remember their smile as they handed you the meal, but the details escape you. You bite down harder, as if you grab hold of this memory, this person that eludes you. Flip! What can't you remember? Why can't you remember? The man's tendon loudly snaps, and his sweet blood pours into your mouth. Frustration turns to ecstasy as power and vengeance course through your body. Your victim's blood splatters against your cheek, and he feebly tries to push you away. But it's useless. You're strong now. Still, he doesn't give up. At least he has fruitless determination going for him. Well, not for long, for you'll take that from him too. And then it stops. His arms fall to the side and his head lays limp. As you chug the last of the intoxicating red liquid, your once beloved family memory fades even more. Because you become a fae and it loses your memories. The details of their smile are the first to go, then it's the dish they prepared. Soon, you forget their facial features entirely, but at least you remember their name, and it's gone. Whatever had been weighing on you is gone. Finally, you're free to revel in the presence that lies before you. So you dance to the rhythmic sound of you drinking this human's blood. You sing as their sweet nectar coats your tongue. And when all is finished and his body has been cast aside, you admire your handiwork and smile. You stand reborn. The wound that fresco left on you earlier has closed and faded. All that remains is a little scar. You're aware of beings that you weren't before, all of whom watch the barbaric scene with glowing eyes. Monster. Someone claps behind you. When you turn, you're met with a sight that's become a light in your unending darkness. Fresco's proud gaze. Little rabbits, you've done well. I wasn't sure you had it in you. Why not? You were hoping I'd die from the stunt you pulled. You said I'd be the first to prove your theory true. Be honest. How many have succumbed to these trials of yours? They smirk. You're not seeing the forest for the trees. They slither close and tilt your chin towards them. Now tell me, how does it feel to have shed your human skin? You lay your hand on their slender chest, sliding it inside his top so you can feel more of him. It's amazing. And this new life of yours, how do you plan to spend it? They lean in, strands of their white hair tickling your bloodied face. Perhaps we should start with your reward. Seeing you covered in all your hard work,
I don't know how much longer I can keep myself together. Maybe your choice quickly. Make your choice quickly before I lose interest.
Why? No, they wrap their arms around you and pull you close to them. You can practically feel their excitement, and you leaning forward to finally close the distance between the two of you, but they pull away and chuckle.
Why, I meant when I brought you the Fey rules, of course.
Seriously?
Are you no longer interested? Or is it because you've forgotten even that from your previous life? I'm a little hurt that you couldn't hold onto our special moment.
You frown. You couldn't care less about that right now. But Fresco doesn't care. They continue with no regard for your disinterest.
Yes, it is I who made the long-standing rules of the Fae. And it is I who took humans of our rules. Why would you tell them how to navigate Fae customs?
They smirk.
So the rabbits, desperate enough to make a deal with me, knew exactly how to find me.
So you gave humans the tools to deal with Fae and endangered your own kind. To have an endless supply of test subjects.
Exactly. And look what it brought me after all these years.
Fresco's voice drops low as they whisper the last part in your ear.
See, wasn't that a great reward?
It was interesting, but not nearly enough. They trail their finger along your inner thigh. You shake and try your best to muffle your moan.
What about this?
They press their lips to your neck, making sure to lick up the blood from each spot they'll kiss before making their way down to the next. Your eyes flutter shut and you grip their hair tightly as they continue to send a trail of kisses from your neck down to your collarbone. And when they stop, you slowly open your eyes and pout. Are you really going to stop before either of us are finished?
Finished? Are you sure you can handle that? You're already trembling. Seems like you aren't used to your heightened senses yet.
They pluck at the hem of your pants.
Every.
Then slip their hand inside.
Little.
Their fingers graze your skin.
Touch.
Sets you off.
Sets you off.
Your core warms and tightens at their teasing. You grip Fresco's shirt as you try to maintain some semblance of composure. Fresco. Their lips smother the rest of your sentence and push you up against a tree. You shut your eyes shut once more, allowing yourself to experience this new monstrous feeling that's taken a hold of you.
Have patience. I like to play with my toys until they're just right. And trust me, I'll get you whipped into shape.
Whoa. Whoa. Is that it? Is that it? I think that's it, guys. That was wild. That turned. I hope I can post that on YouTube. I don't know. That took a turn. But yeah, I like this, guys. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoy this. If y'all did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you.
Game over.